Reusable cloth pads, how to use them, and why to consider using them instead of disposables. Well, first and foremost, you want to think about your health when it comes to what products you use while menstruating. And the beautiful thing about cloth pads is that there are no extra ingredients that are irritating. So this is just 100% organic cotton. And then on the back here we have TPU waterproof lining. And so when you're using a cloth pad, you don't have any of the extra irritating things against really your most sensitive areas. So let's think about it and contrast that to disposable pads. So disposable pads to work need adhesive. They also need chemical gels that make them absorbent, and a lot of disposable pads actually have artificial fragrances also built in. All of those extra ingredients can actually be irritating, and we've had customers tell us that before switching to cloth pads they struggled with really intense cramping, and when they went disposable that issue alleviated for them. And so your health is probably the number one reason to consider actually reusable products for your period care. Another thing to think about too is that when you're using a product that's reusable, you're going to, in the long run, especially if you take care of your reusable products, you're going to actually save money. There's also the convenience factor of not having to remember to, order more or run out to the store. And then also let's think about the environmental impact of reusables. You're creating less waste, and you're also alleviating production needs, because you get a reusable product and you use it, you wash it, you use it again. It's not a one and done, right? And so over time, reusable products are definitely going to help in terms of saving and also in terms of the environment. So let's actually take a close-up look of Thirsties reusable pads. Our pads are available in 3 different sizes. We have a liner here. This has 4 layers of organic cotton for absorbency. We have this regular, which has 5 layers, and then the super, which has 6 layers. And you'll notice that they also increase in length as well. Now, a thing that I personally really like about Thirsties cloth pads is that they have 2 snaps. And that's really great. So when you go to use this, you'll lay it in your undies like this, and then you'll snap them around your underwear. And those 2 snaps are really, really great at holding the pad in place so it doesn't shift around while you move and you don't get bunching. That's a feature that I really like about Thirsties cloth pads compared to other cloth pads. I also know when I'm shopping Thirsties that I'm getting quality products that are made in the USA. And so I'm supporting a great company when I buy Thirsties. Now, let's talk about what do you need to go 100% cloth pad for your period needs. Well, first off, we recommend that actually you build your collection slowly so that you can kind of learn which size pad works best for you and how many you'll need. To figure out eventually how many you're going to need to cover your whole period, you're going to want to think through how long is your cycle typically, and how often do you anticipate changing your pad. Most people change their pad whenever they use the restroom. And so that's going to be somewhere between an hour and a half to every 3 hours. So another thing to think about is it actually, if you wash your pads in the middle of your cycle, you essentially double your collection. So when you take in all of those considerations, most people need 18 to 20 daytime pads for the full duration of their period, assuming that they're going to wash them in the middle of their period and then of course at the end. And then for nighttime, a lot of people prefer the super pad because it's longer, has more absorbency. You'll need 3 to 4 super pads to cover your whole period. So really that's only like 24 pads. So it's not that much, and again, you reuse and reuse and the savings are just going to rack up. It's really a great option for menstruation. Okay, let's talk about how to actually use them. So before using your Thirsties cloth pads, you're going to want to actually wash them once. Wash them, make sure they're dry, and then they're good to go, ready for you to use. And when you're washing them the first time, you can just throw them in whatever load of laundry you have to do next. I often do it with like my t-shirts. And so after you've done that, let's say you wear your cloth pad, again, you just snap them into your underwear with those 2 snaps. After you're done with that pad and you're going to change, you actually need a place to put your used pads. I personally like, for my whole cloth collection, I like using a Thirsties wet dry bag, because this front pocket here with the mesh lining, the dry pocket, that's a great place to put your clean pads. You can store your clean pads there, and then it's got a nice little handle here so you can hook that somewhere in your bathroom. For me, I just have a little command hook that I have near our toilet that I can hang the wet dry bag on. And then after I've used a pad, I can put the used pads in the wet pocket of the wet dry bag. And so after using, you can just put them right in. If you are cloth diapering, you can actually wash your cloth pads with your cloth diapers. That's totally fine, and it'll also save you some work. My kids are out of diapers, so I do a total separate wash for my cloth pads. What I do is that I've got my used cloth pads, I put underwear in to bulk up the load, and here is the wash routine for cloth pads. You're going to want to do a pre-wash, and really that can just be a quick cycle. It's just a good full rinse of the cloth pads, and then you're going to want to do a hot wash, and pay attention to how big your load size is. That's going to tell you how much detergent to use. And then you do an extra rinse. Now, truth be told, I actually don't do an extra rinse, and it's been fine. So the big thing is that you're going to want to do a pre-wash and then do a hot wash with a good detergent, okay? And then pay attention to how big your load size is, and so you know how much detergent to actually use. Reading, the instructions on your detergent is going to take you a long way doing any kind of laundry. After you've washed them, you can either dry them in the dryer on low, or I just actually snap them to my drying rack and have them hang dry. Or if you've got a clothesline, you can do that. By the way, if you're concerned about staining with these, you can actually sun these. That's a tried and true cloth diapering trick, is to sun your diapers. That helps lighten any stains, and it's actually also a great way to kind of naturally sanitize your stash. And that's it, basically. And you've washed them, they're ready to go, and you're ready next time your cycle comes around. A couple more products that are a little handy to have when you're using cloth pads is, I like using Thirsties clutch bags for when I'm using cloth on the go. And so I've got a clutch for my clean pads in my purse. It's really cute, super discreet. You just go into the bathroom, wear this, and no one's none the wiser. And then I also have an extra one of these, or a mini wet bag that I can put my used pads in. Mini wet bags are another great way. They're probably big enough actually to be your whole storage for your used cloth wipes during your period. So I personally use these pads. I love them. They're comfortable, they're easy to use, and If you have questions about switching to cloth pads that we didn't touch on in this chat, feel free to put them in the comments. Or maybe you have tried Thirsties cloth pads. Let us know what you think. There are also, remember, you can get the sample pack that has one of each size, or you can just get a 2-pack of whichever size you think will work best for you. Liner, regular, or super. So we've got a couple of different options for your shopping. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for considering using Thirsties Menstrual Pads. And as always, we will see you guys around on social media. Take care.